Alright, hey guys, what is going on? Jack here from Jack Plays Clutch, and today I'm bringing you guys the first episode of farming to max Town Hall 8. And as you guys can see by my attack log, I've been getting a ton of loot up at the 1500 trophy level. I win most of my attacks, and except for that one where I lose 27 trophies, but honestly I don't really care about trophies. I care about more of that loot that we get a ton of. So right here we're going to hop into my latest replay, and I'm going to show you guys how I attack this base and how I get pretty much like 90% of the loot. So first things first, we're going to draw out the Barbarian King, which is something you always need to do because they can run a raid if you don't lure them properly. So what I like to do is I like to drop 15 to 20 Barbarians and then a Wizard just to take them out. And that usually works pretty effectively. And now, as you guys can see, there's a lot of loot in the mines and pumps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be dropping 5 to 10 Barbarians on each pump or mine, and then a Wizard just to back them up and to make sure we get all the loot. And I'm going to be doing this thoroughly throughout the base or along the base, and then it really helps me successfully get all the loot. And if you guys did not notice, which you probably should have, I'm using a Wizarian strategy, which for me goes with 16 Wizards, 120 Barbarians, and 8 Wall Breakers. And it really works effectively, as you guys can see by the amount of loot I've been getting. And yeah, so now we're going to be attacking from the right side and trying to get into the base where all that gold is. And this is really going to work effectively. If you want to know a tip on how to use the strategy, first place down all of your Barbarians, or not all of them, but like as many as you want in a certain area to help protect your Wizards, who are going to be doing a majority of the damage to the defenses and loot holders, storages, stuff. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm really going at this base from the right side, and it's going in pretty effectively. Right there I drop my king just to go do more damage, and I rage him up because he's a level 5, and level 5 Barbarian Kings are really amazing. So right here he takes down that mortar as well as that gold storage. And then the gold mine here is probably even has more than those gold storages. But I probably could have ended it here just to save some time for my Barbarian King. But I wanted to see if they could get that elixir pump or that elixir storage, and they did. So as you guys can see by that raid, we got a ton of loot. And hopping into the next raid here, I'm gonna be using the same strategy. And just like the first time, first order of business is to get the king, which I kind of failed with that first wall breaker, but with the second wall breaker I did get it. Now I'm just looking for a place to drop them, and this right corner up here looks really good just because there's not a lot of splash defenses or defenses in general that are going to be able to touch my Barbarians and Wizards while taking out the king. So now I just gotta wait for him to walk all the way out here, and then we're gonna swarm him with Barbarians. And yeah, so one thing that is very helpful and makes everything easy when drawing out the king is dropping wall breakers, just because they go closer to the center of the base, and that's usually where the king is. So now I drop my Barbarians along the side right here next to that Town Hall, not because I wanted to win, but that's just because there's a ton of storages over there that are going to get me a lot of loot. And yeah, just like before, I drop like 5 to 10 Barbarians and then a Wizard behind them. And that really effectively gets all the loot from the storages, and we take out the town hall right here. And with this base, I don't think we ever get to the center of it, just because I run out of troops, because I waste so much trying to get into these pumps right here. But you know, it's all good. We still do effectively get about 200,000 gold or something from a loot, which is absolutely crazy, and I love getting that much. So as you guys can see, where all the pumps and mines are, I just drop a bunch of Barbarians and then follow them up by some Wizards who are going to help eliminate the storages and defenses, which will get me loot, and that's pretty much all I need. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I do try to get to the middle, but I think I attack from the right side, or just where everything else is. But I know I do try to get in, but I fail, and yeah. So, oh no, I attack from the top just because that's closer to that gold storage, which is really all I want, because most of my defenses are going to take gold to upgrade. And yeah, as you guys can see, I only have 4 Wizards left as well as my king. So I just send them in there to try to get that Dark Elixir drill, which they do. And then, pretty sure I end the raid off here shortly, just because I know I'm not going to get anything. And yeah, I think right after he takes right after that wizard dies after getting that gold storage, I end it, just because this king obviously isn't going to do anything. So yeah, 200,000 gold, 115 elixir, 330 dark elixir, and that's really going to help. And this is the final raid of the video, where, as you guys can see, most of the loot is inside the storages, so I'm going to actually have to get into this base. And this strategy is very effective for doing that. But first, like always, we got to draw out the king. And we're going to be drawing him out near the town hall, because there's no buildings that are really going to effectively stop us from killing him. And yeah, I think on this base we attack from the left side, because there's 3 gold storages really close to the edge over there. That's not going to be hard to get in there. Right here I checked for some giant bombs, and I don't find any. So we're just going to mass swarm them in here, drop some wall breakers, get in there. That bomb's not really going to do much. But yeah, they go in here. Here comes my wizards, and then more wall breakers to try to get into some of these compartments. But you know, the compartments don't really have anything. The main goal is to try to get to the center. And again, we're using the barbarians kind of as a shield for our wizards. We then drop most of them again right there, and then we get a little bit more of a barbarian shield with the rest of them. And we drop in all of our troops except for our barbarian king, who has not yet been deployed, but now that there's a clear center to the town, or to the loot, I send him in, and I rage him up right as, like, really close. Once he gets close to that gold storage, and he takes it out in a few hits, and that Iron Fist ability on him is insane. And we pretty much get all the loot here. We get all the gold, at least. I'm not sure about the elixir. I'm pretty sure we take out one of these storages, and that's it. But, you know, I can't really complain when I'm getting this much per raid. And yeah, now I speed it up here just because all they're doing is shooting walls. So then they get to this dark elixir storage. They're going to get me about 100 or so dark elixir, which is helpful because I need dark elixir. And that's going to get us 200 gold. And yeah, so that's going to do it for raids for this episode. But as you guys can see, I'm trying to max out all of my wizards for TownHall 8. That one's going to level 6. So is that one, and then we're saving up for that wizard tower to be level 6 soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully coming out soon.